Good morning, San Diego. You may have the perfect resume and set of answers prepared, but if your body language is communicating nervousness, anxiety, or boredom, or even untruthfulness, your interviewer is going to sense it immediately, and it could cost you the job. Here to talk about how important your body language is during an interview is Phil Blair. Are you knocking things over?
No, fate knocked it over.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning,
Okay,
Randy.
so we want to sit up straight, we want to look attentive, be attentive, and what else?
Well, you want to be natural. Remember, an interview, we keep saying, is a conversation, right? I don't want people coming in being overly friendly, like, yeah, I really want this job, and I'm really a high-energy person,
Or
and
even
I really want
slouched
this.
over like this.
Like that, or tied in a knot. And this is the most common. Yes, I'm a very relaxed person, and you're going to get to know me really well right now. I don't
That
think
also
so.
comes off as they have better places to be.
Well, it does, and this is the last place in the world I ever want to be. I'm so nervous and I'm so uptight. Another one, and this is especially true for our wonderful military people, is they tend to be way too much structured. Because it's a sign of respect to them for years of being in the military. And so it's very hard to have a conversation, especially if somebody's saying, yes, sir, no, sir, correct, sir, right? We need to be relaxed. Mimic the interview as much as you can, because if it's a very formal office, you may want to sit and have a discussion like this. If it's the sort of office that people are leaning forward like you do, you might say, and another thing that's really interesting is so-and-so.
Be personable.
Don't be a mirror of it, but if they're informal, then you can be informal. You know, a typical conversation might happen just like you and I are sitting right now would be normal. But I'm going to sense the tension or the too relaxed if you don't. The other thing is eye contact. Be sure and look me in the eye without staring at me. This is not a staring contest that somebody said, make eye contact, and then they stare. But the other most irritating thing is especially if someone's thinking, is that they start looking over your shoulder and talking over here to
Looking all
something
around.
over there.
Yeah.
Another thing, looking up around. If you don't have an answer, well, that's an interesting question. Let me think about that because I haven't really thought about it. But don't go like skyward, like there's something up on the ceiling. Keep the conversation moving and keep it very comfortable, but take the clue from the interviewer.
Should you treat it like a conversation as opposed to an interview?
Well, they're the same thing. I mean, an interview, typically you ask most of the questions because there's certain facts you want to get out of me.
It could be very Q&A though. So that's what I'm saying. Like, should you have a conversation? Should you be a little more relaxed and show your personality? Or do you have to treat it like, hey, I'm interviewing for a job?
Well, it is a respectful situation, right? Clearly, if you're the interviewer, you have the gold and I want it, right? I want the position. But we're starting to see where I'm sitting here going, you know, I have 3 offers. I'm not sure this is the job I want. So there's a little cat and mouse game that goes on all the time to get the right, you want to hire the best employee.
Should you bring those things up in an interview?
Oh, you clearly ask questions because remember, it's a conversation and you have questions about the company, you have questions about the job. Well, why did the person before me succeed? What talents did they have that you're looking for? Do you see anything on my resume I don't have? Tell me about the long-term plans of the new product because I'm really excited about it.
What about follow-up letters and emails? Thank
you notes are extremely important. And in today's of technology, sending a quick email, just say, really enjoyed meeting you today, shows fast reaction, but a handwritten thank you note is what gets attention. And that's when you mention about what you talked about, an interesting conversation about the new product for Latin America, so that you know, as the interviewer, that I paid attention. It wasn't just the same old thank you note to everybody else. It's another time to reinforce your skill set for the job. Like, I'd really be excited, being bilingual, I've wanted to use my Spanish for many years now. Oh, you were the candidate that we thought was so great that was bilingual in Spanish. So it's another reminder of, remember who I am out here. But this is very important because it's very subjective. But read the environment, read the formality of the company, the formality of the dress.
All good things. Thank you so much. We're running out of time, but appreciate you being here.